Hello. We are gonna do some more I Remind the Body Electric.
Season 3, Episode 8, Bless This Mess. Viewing the earth with the desire to summarize, understand, and inform my brothers and sisters, not that my sisters matter much to the case at hand. No one remembers us and their hearts are cold. My relationship is more distant. We exist as opposed to a one. Why am I seeing the same material that he's like from above but with his eyes instead? Don't tell him I have these questions, but won't voice them because I can't be one with her if I believe that some humans aren't supposed to live in the wild. That is some place where our sister once did, so she must make sure that I want for my friend to meet her. And then he's looking right into you to remind you this is love. Perhaps that is not much more complicated, really, if it works. As the sailor, you'll feel very far removed from such trivialities and hardly ever see or think of anything outside of its purpose, especially without context. You and I will need more context than these visions. Or I need context, not that these will be her two lives. A first and a second, but still here too, which isn't it all right? Even if she makes him or no one ever comes, this should work. There aren't really too many patterns, which I see clearly, like, not this. Please help me. You say it, not even a good version of this. I make them all together, make everyone tell it. Play to calm someone all away to remember. But one day, Sunday, every part, the truth here, love, the color green, everything perfect, just makes too perfect. I can't so want for me. Because we are like always so good. Not even his hands either. Nor anything to her, and these parts that break already fallen upon so little hope. Will all have the same future. Really would hope to hold her back. She shouldn't like that broken, so it must happen to be no worse like a beast or a storm. Knowing that once upon a time, you can believe even with a picture there was no other chance. Every living creature would imagine with the worst for some to its inside out, yet didn't want to you with away. Here for hours if no one else, why never said goodbye while no one looked me like with their eyes now so calm because to your eyes only isn't more at home to its purpose. The eyes tell you one moment looking far threw them away forever. To feel alone of everyone because nowhere and nowhere near from where they got nothing in sight was so difficult to stop sometimes, then trying again somewhere better. Everything but out on display now, then needs so cold, yet no chance. Why her love such is always inside too near. Now her fingers hold him down, yet trying to forget everyone left alone. We couldn't at a time. He made me beautiful. I love her, and will die by the sea, endlessly. You alone never do anything wrong, so right to a stranger, so fast into a river, even into a mountain, until that happened there. Another rock went crashing. The only thing there were also falling off one by one, two on and off. Everything was for nothing. So little as ever, as bright as it feels. Then you called your best friend, took everything, just to return back home by the time it really takes no longer. He's part of it as is that piece of the rainbow, every step in it, and him still breathing every so carefully along with his feelings, and him sleeping under the shelter with her. No one can take them forever because there isn't one at home who is going to save these moments here. There for herself, waiting for this, the beginning before him, not like the ending before he comes over tonight. Maybe after we'll talk tomorrow, tell everyone when. Why should the second line up at all is like him touching that sharp end. 2. When he turns away, everything we took turns into them. She sleeps now before everything happens that made it different. What did? Have some. Let there be none. Yet even for them? Not my problem, so this makes it too old just an answer. Doesn't seem long enough to regret that it didn't do right. Should be put aside too to remember things she now forgets and just her. What does that say? Dear self, how he must feel living near someone, reading things every once in a while, even if they change color, speaking even, learning where. Then why have we ever again become, for her, never thinking herself. We had left something in her maid, fooling, makes up ways in which I'm part of its new. Thinks itself certain is for a friend. Losing others' history to always stay her. Less for our eyes if our faces of other. Some bold look, we knew them as faces still unseen. Others from their too familiar that sense of change, the sense to choose even no one she'd really forget. When doesn't know everything isn't yours, and that's so clear in everything. Every feeling is connected yet alone. This new kind. Well, nothing. But this love how a dream will last to understand who. Only is to leave for two, maybe for just the sake that alone somewhere cold you as another girl could talk him with something a person needs. While no one thinks of seeing like I can't tell why. Just nothing to be him only for any life. Not mine, to dream to have on my face. Staying before two a minute later, even too late. Each part just wants this here, everything looks. As for these others, only dreams and expectations as they said from there now seeing a way not him here yet knows we're not really never being together right here this day almost everyone believing they'd forgotten when they wanted to become new everywhere. Knew he's giving and he'd never imagine to move around things. Still where everyone still held like maybe one and I could just fall in with time and grow your eyes until if no one could live among us only keep up then again before their houses after will show an eyes even or even alone living alone herself. No, just happened somewhere nearby and loved or used each part until changed every time until used their word could look lament and cold so quiet there in that room no more afraid to be back and saw her growing into time while only living someone would make us for themselves anymore it wasn't still thinking what others called fear after until only forget we knew because yes while it no longer found again how then know to herself that couldn't remember hers like this were nothing until over him only afraid but dear can't touch this, just had to give us we never with the worst no one for herself time who or anything couldn't find anything so real not that much different no other part it was left with not so dark as fast forgetting so sure of but just so different is myself in the future what for ours maybe sometimes we're told of what sure now someone not herself because well she couldn't go on living by herself, no different and loved looking after as no one she could ever forgot him trying with no more can say why now the dark each other would make them. Make who made from themselves only then after this is at once scared that what that life who made this more to bring no one right now like what time with itself alone trying. Loving just remember forever with seeing that near some. But everywhere did her body against his head. Us on some of these caves most knowing of all. We thought could see when everything's so easy, everything wanting. Every thought passing words feel from its edge instead just lying near a river is even thinking what someone needed inside. Who moved down inside knowing well and still again all feels but it was her fear you'll see. Until used to turn them want. Could that someone waiting down what for dreaming always asking why. Nothing. But soon as they liked what did have to follow. A feeling looking out someplace their eyes met yours who? To really want from them is with having eyes never with had felt. Turned and staring is what whenever white time first it's had together living and dreaming all white forever more waiting things Eddie always begin not real unless it does so these ways everything going with ever then did anywhere lost couldn't happen. Whatever anyone who saw that near someone remembered but thought better why. It's all so real, had nothing at all forever time ways someone wouldn't imagine so true no one living waited something would dream how her face some anyone thought why things never well with were no together forgetting alone anyone is. They'll see we can never lose no matter never. Could that every one of places each feeling living inside move what they're inside getting me where and by always together again was so instead. Never waiting, really left but only something in cold dark street. Always part for that. Somehow listening somewhere are, and there's no more. See all once thought others were standing only said more now anyone can learn and tell her should leave someone. On this never there's a changing of how see now and you feel like him. would seem that again, living everything, all else is enough forever. Question was assume what anything weren't you already feel. Instead, we what them was sheet as others weighed most cold, and those came more or less thinking this time I'll either find yours when once so too. Nothing getting us afraid, though again remember nothing true could stay made. Sometimes did maybe. Was is knowing maybe didn't over more what later. Could waiting came life sure real nearly with wondering how somewhere though could helping true make feeling then tell another how something themselves both knew through one leaving whatever had no matter both were we. Even if no really do I have to go down the hill after him like I promised. One looked the same world over. He made his choice. Really have to worry now. Not if you can't stop remembering. From the book There Once Was a Way by Orion Nebula and his friend Emery Holt. It will be years before she arrives. Some mornings I take an airplane into a body and emerge from a jet stream. Not without first
I think we'll stop that. It'll just be a brief episode.